Hello everyone and welcome back. This is part 5 and the final video in my 2022 toy room tour. So I'll just take you right to the new stuff, the newly arranged stuff. So you have the Hot Wheels shelf, and you have the two other utensil trays from the dollar store that I can use as other Hot Wheels shelves. I laid out the Star Wars, there you go, Star Wars and Star Trek figures here. And if you look underneath the Reaction Kirk figure, you'll see the Star Trek Generations Kirk figure. If you look underneath the Reaction Spock figure, who came loose from his backing, you will see the Star Trek Motion Picture Spock figure. Now, the Gorn figure didn't come loose from his backing, and he's on top of Seska, but since they're both aliens, there we go. And you can see the Star Wars 40 years here. You can see the other Star Wars figures I have. Now, I found Finn from episode 7. And if you look over here, you'll see the 1995 Power of the Force Boba Fett. You'll see the Empire Strikes Back 40 years Yoda figure. And of course, if you look over here, you can see the Black Series Return of the Jedi Boba Fett figure. Why, he certainly has everything. Yeah. So that's the toy table. The second toy table is kind of a mess. But if you look carefully, you will see the spaceship from 2001: A Space Odyssey. And I just bought that model kit a few days ago. Well, actually, just yesterday. And you can see here another Lego piece I can put together. The Star Wars Lego Rebel A-Wing Starfighter with some figures. So that says something for a future video. And then, of course, you have my finalized, mostly Motu Origins display shelf. I put all the Motu vintage figures in here. You can see some of them in the back. I had to put them into the back just so they'd fit. So you have Beastman and Grizzlor there. Hordak is in the back, riding on the Roton, and of course you have Too Bad behind him. And I have to think about getting some kind of strip lighting or something in there. But just give me 1 second. Well, I'll be right back. So I found something that should work to show some of the figures. So now you can see Too Bad. There he is. And Beastman and Grizzlor and the original Skeletor. The Prince Adam figure. My original Battle Armor He-Man. Fisto on Stridor, Man of Faces. There's Man-at-Arms. He's kind of hidden behind the vintage Mossman. And of course, Thunder Punch He-Man with his sword hooked into his shield. He's riding the Road Ripper. Yes, that's right. So I'll go down to the third shelf, and because you can't see everything as it's situated, I will just put the phone on the tripod and show you it one by one. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, thanks for waiting. I'm back again. So now I'm not going to have to use the light. I can just remove the figures one by one. So you have the He-Man Hot Wheels and the Tila Hot Wheel. If I find another one, I'll put it in place. And of course the Battle Ram and the Wind Raider. And then, of course, you have a couple of G.I. Joe figures here, so it's not completely Motu. The Cobra Commander G.I. Joe figure. And the Snake Eyes G.I. Joe figure here. Alright, so that's those ones. And then, as you can see, you have the Anti-Eternia figures. So you have Man-at-Arms. You have Zodak. You have Anti-Eternia He-Man. And Anti-Eternia Teela. Anti-Eternia Ram-Man. And finally, Evil Lyn. So, I'll bring it forward into the light so you can see it better. This is the opened Eternia Minis Castle Grayskull, but I left all the figures in their respective positions. But you can, if you bring it closer, you can see the entire backing of each level. So Ram-Man looks like he guards the jail cell. He-Man is, of course, up with the throne. Man-at-Arms is, of course, because he's a scientific guy, he's with the computer. And Buzz-Off is guarding the elevator. Okay, so that's those figures. And I'll be right back with what's on the far left side of the shelf. Alright, I'm back again. So, this is the Mega Constructs small figures section. As you can see, I have the Skeletor head. Looks like it's going to be the He-Man Jet Sled set. That's good. And of course, you've probably seen the Flocked Panther Mega Constructs in the earlier video. You have the Eternia Minis Roton with Skeletor, looking all evil. And then, of course, you have the reaction figures. So you have Evil Lyn here. And you have Orko right here. So that's about it. Ooh, 1 second. I'll show you the other Motu Origins shelf, because it had to go on more than one, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and you can see the second shelf here of Motu Origins. So I'll just show you them one by one. We've got the Man-at-Arms figure here. And you have the first Motu Origins figure I bought was Battle Cat himself. And of course you have the Origins 2-pack, Keldor and Cronus. There you go. You have, get him out carefully. There we go. Prince Adam and his Sky Sled. Skeletor's Mount Panther. It's hard to get out. The Wind Raider vehicle. Now, eventually, the figures will be opened, and I'll maybe use the box as a card back or something. We'll see. And then, of course, you have Skeletor's Land Shark. There you go. So I'll put them all back in the on the shelf, and I'll be right back to show you the next level. So the next shelf, you have Faker, you have Skeletor, and you have He-Man with the vintage head. As well as, give me 1 second here, as well as the Battle Armor He-Man 2-pack with the Injured in Battle Cat. Yeah. Say that 5 times fast. Battle. 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 There, I said it 5 times fast. And you have Castle Grayskull itself. There. Man-at-Arms is there, and it accounts for the fact that the Battle Cat thing doesn't go all the way across. There you go. There you go. And, actually, just another minute here, you could probably put the Cronus 2-pack right there. There you are. Actually, I'm just 1 minute. There we are, because as we remember, in the 2002 cartoon, I believe that Cronus is supposed to be the half-brother of Man-at-Arms. Alright, so that's the figures, and you can see, oh, I can pull, there! I can pull Panther a bit more forward, and he's pretty well aligned with Battle Cat now. Perfect, so I'll show you the next shelf. Of course, before I show you the shelves, I have the posters I put up. So there's the first Rogue One poster. And there is the second Rogue One poster, right next to the Star Wars poster I have. And that'll lead you along this wall to the Masters of the Universe Origins/Revelations shelf. So you can see the three Revelations figures I have here: Scareglow, Skelegod, and He-Man. Now, each level of the Origins shelf is 2 deep. So, you see you have the Merman, She-Ra, Fisto, and Scareglow, and they fit perfectly on that shelf, almost as if they were made for it. And then behind them, you have the regular Merman, you have Roboto, you have Zodak, and you have Evil Lyn. Then on the second shelf, you have Buzzsaw Hordak, with all his accessories, and a different head, if you look carefully. See, he has a different head. And you have Battle Armor Skeletor. Now, these are 2 figures that I bought at October 3rd's 80s Toy Expo in Mississauga. So you have 2 heads to choose from for Skeletor: Frowning Skeletor and Smiling Skeletor. But if you look at the Skeletor head here, they look fairly identical, although it looks a bit like the Skeletor. Oh yeah, see? See how the mouth on Skeletor is practically neutral there? Whereas the mouth on this Skeletor does turn upwards. So this is Smiling Skeletor. That's Frowning Skeletor. And that's Neutral Face Skeletor, which is the closest you're going to get to vintage Skeletor from my childhood. And then behind them you have Clamp Champ and Ram Man. So that's part 5 of my toy room tour. And I can show you just one more thing that I actually had to expand into the closet of the model building room, so I'll be right back with that. So here we are in the closet of the model building room, and as you can see, what I had to do was I had to expand some of my hanging Hot Wheels, which I got out of the toy box, into the closet of the model building room itself. So you have a couple of Marvels here. You have a Doctor Strange Hot Wheel there. You have my one Captain Marvel figure. Hot Wheel. And a few Batman. And then here you have all the different Hot Wheels. So, you know, basically you have a, let's see here, Lamborghini. That's what that is, okay. The Countach. And a few others. Plus some very beautiful, actually, bluish gold Hot Wheels. And then if you notice the symbol on here, these are actually ones I bought when I was deployed. Hence the symbol for pounds or something. So most of them are from Fast and Furious. Different cars like the Ice Charger, the 71 Plymouth, and of course here you have some random Hot Wheels. So basically all these Hot Wheels that I have hanging, I'll eventually go through the Hot Wheels, probably by decade, and go over them in detail, because there's enough of them, they deserve their own video. So anyway, that's all for now. Oh, there was one Star Trek figure that couldn't quite fit anywhere else, so I put him here. That's the Gul Dukat figure from DS9. And of course I have the Hot Wheels Service Center that I found at an antique shop almost 4 years ago. And from my childhood, my Hot Wheels red and yellow track set. I have almost everything except one ramp support. So I just bring the two ramps closer together. And it all works out. So basically that is all for part 5 of my toy room tour. And I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Don't mind this table. This is like a sorting table, but this was the light I used to put some illumination on the vintage shelf when you couldn't see anything. Oh, and that's my childhood E.T. figure right there, plus my childhood Tonka van. Of course, I got a newer van that is practically mint condition. And my Star Trek Micro Machines, and of course some of other Motu figures that are incomplete. So if I could ever find a complete vintage Terraclaw Skeletor, I will. And then of course I can probably sell this at the next toy convention. And of course you have the bagged Star Wars figures here. And the one Transformer from my childhood. So that's all for now. That's the toy room. And I will let you all go and hope you're enjoying if you're in Canada, your Family Day weekend. And we'll see you here next time. What's going to come next on the Toy Channel after I am done with this toy room series? That's correct. What is going to come next, I think, will be the continue the Battle Ram build series. That's what. Since it's already in progress, and if you look, I have not just my vintage Motu lunchbox, but I have the the comics that came with the Origins figures, my childhood one second. My childhood Masters of the Universe books, but underneath them, because I couldn't find a place to put them just yet, is the rest of my Motu Mega Construx sets. So I will build them and then show the videos one by one. You can see the Mega Construx built shelf practically here. And of course, just yesterday I bought the first Marvel Legends series figure. This is Endgame Thor. There were two Odin figures, so I'll see if I can pick up one next time. Oh, right. I forgot something. Be right back. Sorry about that. I was so focused on the Masters of the Universe and everything, I forgot about my Star Trek and Star Wars figure shelf. So, basically here, you have... Well, just give me 1 second. I'm going to set the phone up a bit better. All right, I'm back. So, you have the Captain Picard figure here. Mint on card. I believe the back, right in there, 1993. You know, it's not even punched. It's 29 years old and it's not even punched. Then you have the Q figure. Now, he's something that could go on a hanger, if needed. He is also from... Oh, wait. 1994. Okay, good. Yeah, 7th season. Then you have Noonien Soong, who should not say from the 7th season, because as you know, he only showed up in season 4. You have Riker. This replaces my childhood figure, which was damaged years ago. But I now have him once again. And the final figure is, of course, Worf. Oh, you can see what I paid for him there. See, that's good. You get a figure. Oh my gosh, look at that. You get a figure that's 30 years old. And I only had to buy him for $7 from the flea market. But I'll peel that label off and then I'll show you the Star Wars figures I bought, which are newer ones. Okay, thanks for waiting. I'm back. Alright, so I'll show you the Star Wars figures one by one. So it's from the Mandalorian. Though, of course, it's from the Retro Collection Mandalorian. Then you have one that's not from the Retro Collection, so it doesn't look all battered. It's Mando himself, with all his accessories. And, of course, you have Moff Gideon. There you go. And then you get into Force Awakens. So I have Kylo Ren figure. And I have Rey. And, of course, I have Supreme Leader Snoke from The Last Jedi. Now, what I hope to do is get most of these figures autographed by their respective actors, at least on the card back, so that when you, if I do eventually open the figures, I'll be able to have a nice backdrop for each of them. All right. Then we have to take a look at the other figures I have. So, Empire Strikes Back, Boba Fett. Makes like the third Boba Fett figure I have. He's from 2010. So, he's already 12 years old, but he's in great shape. Then, of course, you have Retro Collection Empire Strikes Back Han Solo. 2020, okay, good. For Empire Strikes Back 40 years. This is Lando Calrissian from The Empire Strikes Back, but he doesn't say Retro Collection. And it's hard to find his copyright date, but I guess... Well, no, it says Vintage Collection right there. But... Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Now, of course, you also have the Retro Collection Lando, and let's take a good look here. The one glaring difference I see is the Retro Collection Lando is much darker than even he is in his picture. So, but his shirt is a lot brighter. And his weapon has no chrome, so... Okay. Then you have the Retro Collection Leia. You have Return of the Jedi Han Solo. It's probably from 2010 or... there we go. 2021. And, because these figures don't take up a lot of room when they're carded, even, you have Return of the Jedi Princess Leia from the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm. So I imagine that she is a 2021 figure. So just one more row to show you, and then I'll be done with this by then, nearly 30-minute part 5 toy video. And I just noticed the way I put the figure side by side, you have Boba Fett and the Mandalorian front and center, just as they should be. And at least one of them is allied with Darth Vader. That's the Rogue One Darth Vader. And you can see his famous scene from the hallway on the Tantive 4 when he's holding someone up against the ceiling with the Force. 2020. Then you have the Rogue One Stormtrooper. Now, if I look, there we go. Right from the movie, 2016. Yeah, kept him in good shape after all those years of being buried in a box. Then you get into the Episode 1 figures that I found at the a toy shop in Aurelia. So you have mint on card 3PO. I had a loose one, but I got lost over the years, so I started replacing my figures. You have the Jar Jar Binks. You have Padme. You have Senator Palpatine. And the final one is not... from Episode 1. Yes, here we go. Darth Sidious. So that Star Wars shelf in particular gives me a few candidates to fill in at the next toy convention, which is, as of now, March 27th, Sunday, at the Mississauga, Ontario Hilton in Mississauga, Canada. And, of course, I will be trying to fill in my Visionaries collection because Cryotech is now complete. But Leoric, well, he needs a new figure because he's old and battered. This guy, I don't even know his name, but he needs everything. Lexor needs new legs that are turned the proper way around, plus his chest hologram and his weapon. And, of course, his bad guy friend needs his staff and his weapon. And I'll keep my eye out for any more Star Trek Next Generation figures. You see my loose ones there from my childhood. Oh, and of course, I have another reaction figure. I have the Doc Brown Back to the Future 2 figure. And of course, you've already seen my Captain Power mint on card Lord Dread figure. He goes with a loose one that is sitting over there on the shelf somewhere. Oh yeah, there he is. He's right beside R2. It looks like he fell over, so now he's kind of reclining on his back. And I got some Christmas presents. So you have the Wookiee candy dispenser. You have the BB-8 candy dispenser, who actually makes noises. And then you have the Yoda one. I believe you press his belt buckle to make him speak. There we go. So that is basically, that's it. That's all for now. There's enough in the toy room now between the figures and the aerators. Of course, you already saw that video. You've seen the Motu Vintage video by now, and the Motu Origins. So basically, the only thing left I'll have to go through is the constructs. The vintage constructs from my childhood. That'll be the subject of its own video. And I could also start going through the my 1980s Hot Wheels collection, because I have all the Hot Wheels here and here, and if I remember right, there is a tackle box underneath the toy table that has quite a few Hot Wheels in it as well. So I will be doing a video on that. In his box, Yoda, which should still work even after a decade. Let's see. Yeah, it's good to know he still works. So I'll see y'all later. And let me know on any of the comments on the toy room groups which toy line you'd like me to focus more specifically on next, because there's quite a few to choose from, as you can see. And on the toy channel, because it's set for kids, it doesn't allow comments or anything, but that's why I joined the toy room group, so you can comment and then watch the video from there. But anyway, I'm quite pleased. It's about 3 weeks after I moved in. I'm quite pleased with how the toy room took shape and how it turned out, with all the shelves and everything that I picked up from Value Village and other antique shops. So, see you all later. Have a good weekend, and see you for the next video, which I will post. I'll post this video on Wednesday, February 23rd, or well, actually the evening of the Tuesday the 22nd. And on Wednesday or Tuesday, February 28th, the last day of February, I will probably post the next video. Maybe it'll be a Battle Ram build video or something like that, because that's already in progress. Might as well finish it before I move on to something else. So, see you all later. Have a good day, and we'll see you here next time.